Are you excited to find a website where you can get custom one-off parts for your Chevy Cruze? Go to supercruises.com today so you can make your ride even better.
Hi everybody, welcome to Dave's World. Sorry, it's a windy day, but I really wanted to film this video for everyone. If you look behind me, I have the first flex fuel kit for a Generation 2 Cruze. This is not some universal kit. This kit is specifically designed for the 2016 through 2019 Cruze, and it even comes with the tool you need to install it. Today is going to be the beginning of my 400 horsepower video series, and I decided that I wanted to tackle E85 flex fuel. What I'm going to be doing is working with my friend Doug to offer tunes on my website. The tunes will be able to be compatible with HP tuners, EFI Live, and you can come to his shop and get a dyno tune if you're local. Just in case you're wondering why the car is in a weird spot, my Miata is finished. If you guys want to see a video series on this car, just comment below and I'll start editing the videos. I did film everything I've been doing to this car. So here's a quick short history on Doug. I've known Doug for about 10 years. He's been working on pretty much every single one of my V8 powered cars for a very long time. In the 90s, when OBD2 became the standard for powering ECMs in cars, he's one of the first leaders in tuning when it came to cracking the ECM and figuring out how to get power out of a car. He runs a company where he basically builds 1200 horsepower plus race cars. All of them are pretty much General Motors powered vehicles, and he's the guy to go to if you want to get power out of a car. So every time I build a car, he's usually my tuner. The only reason he hasn't tuned the Cruze is because I didn't think to ask him. So I asked him. I brought my car down to his shop so I can get some footage of the car on the dyno so you guys could actually see basically live the kind of power this car puts down. While he was there, he started tinkering with my ECM. I actually thought he couldn't get into the ECM. He was able to pull a file. We actually discovered there's a bunch of flex fuel tables. So because of this, I'm going to build my own flex fuel kit. I want to bring it to you.
I'll tell you what. Flex fuel.
Ooh, what is that?
Flex fuel.
Oh. Now, I don't have to do this, but I have so many people in the Cruze community looking for a flex fuel sensor that I decided to put out the money and figure out how to do it. I don't even have E85 by me, but what I'm going to do is actually order E85 and have it delivered to Doug's shop. So I'm going to be installing my kit today so you guys can see how it installs. It will be available on supercruises.com. You can get it through me. It can be used with other tuners' tunes. So if you want to go to your tuner and have them tune for the pin on the ECM, that's fine. I don't care if that's what you want to do. I just don't want to listen to a tuner say that something's wrong with the kit because I know it works. So E85, would you ever hard code at ECM for E85 with no sensor letting you know what the alcohol content is?
If you were
non-race car, everyday car.
If you were always going to use E85, then fine.
Yeah. What if?
But then you always have to. If it's going to switch, you have to have a sensor.
Yeah.
You can have. You'd be amazed at how little regular pump gas it takes to be in the tank. Like, you can have the light on, and unless you get, so what I do if I'm really doing a really like higher end type tune, I'll run the car until it stalls on pump gas, put a quart of E85 in, run it until it stalls, which takes longer than you'd think, believe it or not, and then do it again and again, like 2-3 times. So that way when I fill it, it's actually E85. If you leave even this, if you could be on reserve with pump gas in it, and you'll be like E70.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't. You'd think it'd be such a little bit that it wouldn't matter, but the tank has more of a reserve than you think it does. You know, because they know that everyone pushes it too far, so they give you a little more than it should be. So when you're actually on like just touching the red, there's a couple gallons in there, and that affects your E85 numbers pretty substantially.
That's the way I see it. I don't trust, like, if there was a sensor involved and I know what the content is live and the computer's adjusting for it, great, put E85 in the car. But there's no flex fuel sensor on this car with a tuning associated with it that works properly. But if you would like to get the kit from me and have tuning done through me, just contact me. I'll set you up with an order form. We can do HP tuners, EFI Live, and you can dyno tune in person at Doug's shop if you wish. And by the way, I figured out a kit that works on the Generation 1 Cruze, the Equinox, and the Malibu, and Doug can do the tuning on all of them. Okay, so My cruise is a little bit different than everyone else's because I have some test pieces on my intercooler. This is not the intercooler you can get on my website. This is just different things I was testing. Like, for example, I was testing this metal elbow in front of the fan. I was testing my carbon intercooler, and I'm also testing this pack right here that lets me run methanol injection with a sensor. My intercooler system has a temperature probe in the core and a temperature probe at the intake manifold, so I always know what's happening with the intercooler. That way, whenever people do things like big turbos or tell me they have some kind of problem, I always know what the temperatures are going to be because I do the testing all the time.
Attention members of the Dave's World YouTube channel. I just want to let you know that I have a super secret website for everybody who supports what I am doing. This website has every behind the scenes video that I have ever made, all of my past live streams, future podcasts, future parts that I'm developing. You know, you'll be able to see things that you can't normally see that's not on my regular site or even in a video. I'm updating that site pretty much weekly. If you want to get access to it, you can email me directly, or if you keep an eye on the community section of the YouTube channel, when I post, you'll actually get a link to that site as long as you have members access to the channel.
Every one of my kits are going to come with this fuel line disconnection tool. I'll see if I can do this with one hand. You're going to need two hands to do this, but basically you're going to push the tool right in there. Let me put the camera down so I can do this. Okay, a little bit of a design change. I did take my intercooler off. You actually don't have to. I changed the design, so all you have to do is get to your fuel line on the passenger side. Originally, my kit came with a stainless steel braided line, but I decided it's actually easier to install if I take that line out of the equation, and it also drops the price like 30 bucks, which is great. So we're gonna do it this way instead. Okay, you can see here that the flex fuel sensor is now installed. I'm gonna route the harness right up to the sensor. So the car's running with my flex fuel sensor in place. I'm just checking for leaks. I also got rid of my carbon pipe so I could have a matching intercooler. I was only testing that for a while. Everything tested out pretty good, so I'm okay. I don't have to worry about anybody that's gonna buy a carbon intercooler from me. The kit is in. What I'm gonna do is, once I have E85 finally arrive, we'll be doing some tuning in the ECM, and we'll be doing some horsepower pulls. And we might be doing T85, which is a more powerful E85. It actually produces more horsepower on the same tune with T85 than E85. It just depends on what I can get my hands on. Now, the only reason I didn't show what pins to use in the ECM is because I spent a lot of money to do this. I'm figuring it out in my car, so you guys don't have to worry about any headaches on your end. And basically, there's other people trying to figure it out that can't figure it out, and I'm not going to give them the answer in my video. If you buy a kit from me, I'll let you know what pins they go in. But I'm not going to just make a video showing my competitors how to build a kit and give them the answers. I'm kind of over that. I have a lot of people contact me and ask me for information, and what they do is they take the information I give them and they just go on social media and act like they figured it out, and they take all the glory. So I'm kind of over that. This is my kit. If you guys want it, just contact me. If you don't, find somebody who can make a kit. I don't know what to tell you. It's a pretty easy install, and it will give you the ability to run E85, and you don't have to be testing your fuel anymore. You can literally just put fuel in the tank, and the ECM will read it, and the ECM tune will adjust for the alcohol content. I just wanted to get this video out there so I could let you guys know it exists. You can see it. You could see me installing it. It's actually very easy, and I'll be putting it on the website. So if anybody wants one of these kits, it's available to the cruise community now.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.